All right, we're moving a few minutes ahead, but I believe Coach Kevin Callahan is with us for our next segment. Coach, good morning.
Good morning, Mark. How are you today?
Doing fine. Hope you're well. Congratulations on picking up Big South win number 2 over the weekend to move to 2-3 in the league. You got the season finale at Gardner-Webb coming up on Saturday. You can open up and talk about the tight victory over PC. I know it was a nice back-and-forth game. Then we'll start taking questions.
Well, yeah, thank you, Mark. First of all, I thought it was a very good effort defensively. We had a lot of very good individual efforts. We were very good on third down as a unit. I think we made some plays in some critical situations and, came up with a big play here or there and were able to get ourselves off the field. And, offensively, I thought we ran the ball fairly well or better than we had. And, again, we were fairly efficient on our third downs and a couple of fourth downs where we went for it there. Our conversions were fairly high. And then, Zach Welsh really provided a spark from the running back position. He had average 8 yards per carry. And, Reggie White Jr., our redshirt freshman receiver, came up with a couple big catches, one being what ended up being the winning touchdown. Got his foot down in the end zone. The play was reviewed, but it was a good catch. So we had some of our young guys that came up with some plays on Saturday, and that was probably, the reason why we were able to pull it out.
All right, this time we'll start taking questions for Monmouth head coach Kevin Callahan. To ask a question, please press *1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near your router, and click raise hand if you join us via the web. And Coach, season finale at Gardner-Webb, your first game in the state of North Carolina, which we're excited about. But just give us your thoughts on the Running Bulldog.
Well, we're going to finish this season on the road, and when you look at Gardner-Webb, they're an excellent defensive football team. I know they're ranked in a number of categories in the top 10 or top 15 nationally, and they're the type of defense that really challenges your offense on all levels. Their front seven is excellent. One of the best that we've played against this year, and they seem to have a fair amount of depth in that front seven. So, not only are they able to keep their guys fresh, but they make it very, very difficult to run, and they make it very difficult to throw. You look at the number of tackles for loss that they have, and it's very, very high. So, the challenge that's going to present to our offense is we're going to have to be, really on our game in everything that we do. We can't not only make mistakes, either mentally or physically, that are going to get us behind the sticks or going to break ourselves down. We have to be very efficient, and we have to make sure that when we have an opportunity to make a play, we make a play. And then on the other side of the football, the quarterback presents a lot of threats for you. He's a big, athletic quarterback. He has the ability to run the ball, and they've got some very good receivers to throw the ball to. So, we understand the challenge that's in front of us. We understand the level that we are going to have to play at to be in this game, to make it a competitive game, or to win this game.
All right, Coach, and you mentioned the number of tackles for loss Gardner-Webb had. You had to attend yourself with 5 sacks this past Saturday. Just talk about a little bit how your defense has been playing as well as of late. Who are some of the key contributors in that group?
Well, I thought we had a pretty good play from our 2 interior defensive linemen, Demetrius Smith, who had a pair of sacks and some tackles for loss, and Andrew Jerzinski. Andrew is a senior, a fifth-year senior. Demetrius has 1 more year, but, they've been pretty firm for us all season long on the interior of our defensive line, and we got pretty good play out of them on Saturday. And then I thought the combination at linebacker between Anthony McDonough and Peyton Minnick, also did a pretty good job as well. And, we were able to, the front guys were able to get some things bottled up, and the linebackers were able to close and get downhill and make some plays on it. And then, in the back end, Mike Basile continues to, just have another very, very good year. He's always putting himself in position to make plays, and, he's making plays in both the run and the pass game.
And you touched on Zach Welch, another great game, back-to-back games. And we saw extensive time for Levon Chaney, 23 touches, 57 rushing yards. Just as he back 100%, and what this 2-back system kind of gives you now.
Well, he's back. I don't know if anybody who plays as many plays or carries as many times as LaVon does is 100% in week 11. But he's as close as he's been, and he feels good. He's healthy. I think today at practice he had a little bit more bounce in his step than he's had the last couple of weeks. So that was good to see. And to your point, Mark, having Zach and LaVon in the backfield, they're two different style runners. I think that gives us a pretty good combination back there.
And my last question for you, Cody Williams, leading the effort last week. Just in this overall assessment of how his redshirt freshman campaign's gone from start to finish.
Well, I think what we've seen is progress each and every week. And when I look at it, after last week's game and compare that where he was after the first game of the season, I would have to say that he's made tremendous strides, and he's really growing and continues to grow as a quarterback. And that's, it's not always a direct ascent, though. Along the way, over the course of the season, there's some up and downs. But what I think when you look at it as a whole, see where he was when he started the season and where he is now, you'd have to say that he's shown dramatic improvement over the course of 10 games.
All right. Coach, I'm not seeing any more questions for you, so we'll go ahead and let you go. Appreciate you joining us all year, and good luck Saturday in the finale.
Well, thank you very much, Mark, and I'd like to just thank the conference office, for everything that you've done. It's not only facilitating these calls each and every week, but all you do in recognizing the players on our teams. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you, Coach.